Hey guys, this is Zero here. I wanted to do a quick update video for this project I started a couple years ago, and I just haven't been able to get to until recently. A while back, I was in a gaming club, the Basement Heretics, and we decided to design a fantasy village. See if you guys can see that here. Lighting is pretty bad. I apologize. This is a really big model, but we built a bunch of different buildings. I'll move that around, and we've got like a clock tower, wizard's tower, a bunch of shops, some inns, a couple chapels from the GW line. Back in the day, the Games Workshop made like a little chapel. They made a manor house with a tower, and then they had a separate tower. We got a bunch of those kits. We put those together with fences and all kinds of stuff. I'll probably do a video soon to showcase the village or the town or whatever, But this kit I actually built myself, and I don't know, I felt like the town needed some sort of water. I didn't want to do a windmill, because windmills are really like, yes, they're quintessential classic fantasy type stuff, but I wanted to do something a little different. So I made a watermill. I apologize again, the lighting is poor. But I found this laser etched or laser cut water wheel. It was a European company, I think it was German. And I picked that up, but everything else was fabricated by me. All the wood, I cut with a lot of it is like the doors are plastic hard strips that I cut and ground out. The actual brickwork down here is that's the only other thing I got that from Michael's, from their Christmas town stuff. It was actually like a floor, like you lay it down and then you put your town on top of it, so it's like a vinyl roll, like a mat. And I grabbed that and I actually cut that up to shape. Really apologize guys, the lighting is so terrible, but you can see I tried to design the watermill to kind of look like the watermill from the movie The Brothers Grimm. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but if you can, check that out, because there's a watermill that they have in the film that the characters kind of go to, and they're fighting like a witch or something at the end. But I based it off of that design. It's actually very big. This is a really big model. So like when we fabricated some of these village pieces, we did have a tendency to kind of go large, compared to like when you buy scenery. I've always felt like companies that make them, like Games Workshop, they make scenery like little houses and stuff, but when you look at the miniatures, you're like, there's no way 2 guys would fit in that house. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So when you build scenery, you try to build it to a scale. You know, you scale your doors based on your miniature size, like your average miniature, and then you build everything based on that. You know, so obviously my kit's gonna be bigger than a GW kit, but got like a that's a Stormcast Eternal, just to show you if you can see it for size comparison. So it is a pretty big kit. Originally I primered it in black, like with Chaos Black spray, and then I just recently hit it with some leather brown from Army Painter, the leather brown spray, because I felt like so much of this is going to be brown in some tone or shade to match the rest of the town. I figured I'd give it a brown base, and then I'm going to dry brush up and highlight and paint the roof, probably red to go with the rest of the buildings in the town, just to give it a little bit of tie-in and continuity. Like I said, it is a big piece. It is on a 1 foot by 1 foot tile. It's just a solid MDF board tile. I even put in a little river bit here so that we could put river sections and just kind of tie it in to our river. We have like a vinyl river you could just lay down and, you know, whatever. But I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, this project took a long time to actually build, and actually I know, and to get to this point at least, it's taken me a couple years, only because I've had other projects or, you know, other things come up and go on, and, you know, you get mixed up with other stuff, building armies and whatnot. But I don't know, I like the way this came out. You know, there's some things I would have rather, probably could have changed, you know. When you're building this kind of stuff, you're like your own worst critic. You know, as soon as you do it, you're like, I got this cool idea, I'm gonna draw it out, I'm gonna build it, and then when you're done, you're like, I could have done this differently, or built that, you know, differently, or added this or added that. And sometimes you just have to like stop, finish it and be done with it, and just let it be, you know, and maybe take those ideas into a different project or something. But being creative is just difficult, because you're always scrutinizing your work, you know. Most artists know what I'm talking about when you start drawing something, and yeah, before you even ink it up, you're erasing and redrawing things 100 times, because you're like, this looks better this way, or maybe I should do it that way, or whatever. But that's my Watermill. Hope it comes out on camera, guys. I really do, and I apologize if it doesn't. It's a really big piece, so I was hoping to get most of it in there for you. But there is hope. I will be taking this over to Rob's, and we will be setting up the table to show the entire village that we have so far, so you guys can see kind of the work we've done as a club, a gaming club, a hobby club, you know, and just what you can do with cardboard, some popsicle sticks. This whole roof is cereal box. I got a cereal box, cut it up, did the shingles. If you actually go to my Facebook page, Zero's Hobbies on Facebook, there are pictures of this whole project in progression. Like, you can see where I actually cut, you know, the plastic card. I was actually for the wood, some of these wood beams. Actually, I'll show you on the doors here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but on those doors, there's actually wood grain. The doors are plastic cards, so I actually had to scribe in the wood grain for the doors just to give it some texture, so when I dry brush it all, you know, it pops out, you know. But yeah, this is what you're capable of getting out there. I just gotta finish painting it and add it to the rest of the collection. And hopefully, fingers crossed, get some games in with it. It's a really cool piece, I think, and it adds an atmosphere to the game. You know, a dark, kind of a dark atmosphere. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Anything I could add to it, maybe some colors, ideas. The one in the movie is red. It's like a reddish brown. But like I said, I'm going to go with a main brown theme and maybe some grays and some bone for the plaster, just to kind of tie it into the rest of the pieces that we have in our other set, or the rest of the village, sorry. But thanks for watching, guys.